Hey guys, Kim from Steady here. Today we're doing an installation video of our Quad Evos on our 2023 Ranger. This installation won't take too long. You probably look about an hour or two of your time. If you're familiar with installing driving lights already, this should be an absolute breeze. So with tools, you require just your basic hand tool set. If you have some power tools, they do help, but they are not required. Majority of the tools and equipment are provided in the box. So let's get on with it. So upon unboxing, this is the center light module. You'll be presented with a steady cover and also two rings. One will be attached, so there'll be a graphite and an orange ring there. Inside the smaller box will be the nuts and bolts that are required to fit onto a bull bar. As you can see, the bracket is already mounted onto the light, so you don't have to worry about that. You're presented with our Evo keyring as well. So this is here to aid with the removal of the fascia, which I will show you in a bit. And you also have a Deutsch connector that powers the light from the rear. So when you unbox the side light module here, it is the same configuration as the center light module. You will be provided with a cover and two rings. Because this light is also flippable to be mounted either left hand or right hand side, we also provide that opposing cover and fascia as well. Included in that box will also be the same fitting kit required to mount onto a bull bar, and also a Deutsch plug as well for you to connect to your light. I'm going to show you how to change the fascia on the center module. We can take our cover off with the two tabs, press this down like the original Evo series. You also have the keyring here, so this allows you to pop next to each tab. There's an opening, you slot it through there and lift up, and they will pop the fascias off. And we can simply remove and swap them out like so. So now I'll do the same on the side module here. You can take the covers off, and it has the same recessed tabs, and off comes the fascia, and we can replace it in the same manner. We have our cornered lens here that actually sprays light past 180 degrees, so you'll get light past the driver's point of view. Set up this as a left-handed light. I will show you here. We will get our Allen key provided in the kit, and we'll just loosen these off. Be mindful when you're doing this to not lose the square nuts that are actually holding in behind the light. These are actually recessed in the back there, so don't lose them. There is a set of two on each side. Now we have the light off the bracket. We simply can just flip this over here. We can flip this over, and now we can put the square nuts back into the rear of the housing. We can put the appropriate fascia trim on there now. This one has the Steady logo at the bottom. The opposing cover can also be put on to match. So we're going to be installing 4 of the Quad Evos onto our Ranger Rally Bar here. We'll start off with the center lights. So this principle will also apply to the corner lights. So let's get stuck into it. Obviously the hex brackets here have a different fitting kit that will fit into the hex itself. Otherwise, if you're mounting on a bull bar deck, you can use the supplied nuts and bolts that goes into your bull bar deck. We're going to align it such. Grab our washers, and then we'll grab either our socket or a spanner. So for this part of the installation, I have taken the light off the bracket just to make it a bit easier so you can see. However, depending on how much space you have, you can do it with the light still on the light. So we're happy where the bracket is. I'm going to slot it through the giant slot there, and we can put the square nuts back in. Okay, so that's our first light on. So now we'll repeat the same process for the other center lights and the side lights. So make sure these are lined up and you are happy with their placement before you start tightening everything. Now we've got this slightly angled out to get the maximum effect of the new side light modules here. Wiring for these, this car is already pre-wired for 4 lights. If you are just running 2 lights, you can use our dual connector smart harness that we have available. Or if you are running 3 or 4 lights, we do have our 4 connector DTP smart harness available. Keep in mind, the back of these lights are actually DT connectors. You'll also have reducers available in those smart harnesses. So that's all our lights plugged in. We'll drop the hood. We're pretty much ready to go. Some good advice is that now you can take your car out to a nice long stretch of road to adjust, fine tune where you want the light placement to be. Typically, we can just lay it as flat as we can as a nice reference point, and then we can start fine tuning it from there. So there we have it, guys. That is the installation of the Quad Evo on our Ranger here. To check out the rest of our range, be sure to head up to our website. For any other questions or inquiries, contact our customer support team. And also, don't forget to follow us on all our socials.